Well, we've heard now confirmed from authorities in Romania that the Tate brothers have left the country. We understand this is because there's been a loosening, I guess you'd explain it as, of the terms under which they are being held. So they were charged in 2022 with a variety of allegations, including human trafficking, and they deny all of the charges. And since then, there's been efforts to try and get them into court. Now, that was delayed in December, but they were continuing to be being held in the country, told they couldn't leave the country. And as I said, there seems to have been some lifting of that to allow them to leave the country. And we are hearing now reports that they are on a plane heading to the US. Now, Andrew and his brother Tristan Tate, of course, huge social media influencers, and they have long had a fan in Donald Trump. They have more than a million followers online, and they are joint UK-US citizens. So it seems that they are heading to the US. And one of the reasons that people are speculating this may have happened is because the foreign minister, the Romanian foreign minister, said that they were approached by a Trump official at the Munich Security Conference, which took place here in Germany, to discuss the case. Now, the foreign minister and authorities in Romania say this decision to allow the brothers to travel is not because of pressure being put on them. This is a decision they claim they've made on their own. But of course, people will be speculating about whether this is the long arm of the US putting pressure on the Romanians. But all we know at the moment is we believe that they're heading to the US. This won't be a permanent stay because the rules under which they're being kept means that they have to continue to check in every month. So they will need to be back. But I think they will be celebrating today because they have long been petitioning that they're allowed out of the country. And it will be interesting to see who they meet in the US. So will they be meeting anyone from the administration? Will they simply be going to see people that they know, family, relatives, and that sort of thing? But, will we suddenly see them popping up with Elon Musk, for example, or even with Donald Trump? We simply do not know. All we do know is that these influencers, still charged, are on a flight at the moment back to the US.
Well, and Siobhan, just on that final point, remind us what they are still charged with and where those charges have come, which country's jurisdiction have they stemmed from?
So at the moment, they're being held in Romania over charges of sex trafficking, money laundering, and allegation of rape, all of which, as I said, they deny. This happened due to their arrests in 2022. The brothers were arrested along with two other women, and all of them have consistently denied the charges. And at the beginning of the trial process, where the prosecutors were trying to get this to trial, the brothers, you'll remember, were held. They weren't allowed out. Then there were various petitions that went on to allow them much looser restrictions. This seems to be the latest in that negotiation, that they are actually now allowed to leave the country. But at the same time, we are seeing other investigations going on by other countries. So we've seen, for example, the UK saying that they were launching investigations as well. Obviously, the Romanians are holding them on their own jurisdiction at the moment. This is because they are still trying to get them to court. They are still trying to work on a court case, although that did suffer a setback in December when the court ruled that the prosecutors needed to look at their case due to errors at that point. But there is still this process going on in Romania, and that's why they're being told to return to Romania to fulfil their bail conditions.
Siobhan, thanks so much for that, Siobhan Robbins.